Okay, so in 2020, you're facing an accessory after the fact charge for your involvement in the death of Charles McCormick, right?
Right.
You've agreed to cooperate, right?
Right.
Waste of the week is going to Abdul Robinson Sr. Abdul Sr. was charged with accessory after the fact murder after his sons and his friends allegedly murdered their op in broad daylight. What's a 50-plus-year-old man doing hanging around a bunch of 20-year-olds? Well, let me tell you. After the murder, Abdul's son's friends called him for a ride to get out of Dodge, and this 50-plus-year-old man left his house to go pick up the friends. After picking up the friends, he gathered their clothes, burned them, essentially getting rid of evidence. But why is he a waste shoot? People get arrested for accessory after the fact all the time. Here you have an OG helping out the young boys, cleaning up their sloppy work. These are the things we've seen in the movies for years. Have Melvin, the OG, taking the gun away from Jody, wiping his fingerprints, and gonna get rid of the evidence. These are things OGs do for the young boys. So let me tell you why Abdul Sr. is a waste shoot. Abdul was arrested after the driver of the murder dropped a dime on him. He was booked along with his sons, one of whom is Jacksonville rapper Queso. Abdul gets arrested in 2020, for the most part stays solid, but in 2022, he gets charged with another murder. Then Abdul says, forget this, I'm telling.
She did it! She did it! She's the one you want! Alright, I was just sitting at home watching cartoons, playing video games with my cousin, and she came in there. Alright? Hey, I am not going to jail for you or anybody else.
Abdul decides to testify against his own son, his flesh and his blood. And this is why he says he decided to testify on his son.
Now, sitting here today, you realize that you are testifying against not only co-defendants, but family members.
Yes.
Why are you doing that?
I got some health issues. I got 2 6-year-olds and an 8-year-old daughter. But my 8-year-old daughter asked me when I'm gonna come take her to the daddy-daughter dance, and I keep letting her down. Then my 6-year-old son asked me if I'm gonna come to his football game.
Not the OG, the triple OG dropping a dime on his baby boy. Can you imagine the look on his son's face when this happens?
Who is the person that was captured on the video recording shooting Charles McCormick?
My son.
What's your son's name?
Hakeem.
But the crazy thing is, Abdul Sr. just didn't decide to start working with the police to get out of trouble in 2020. He's been working with the police as an informant since his son was a baby. You promoted the gangster stuff to your son. He looked up to you, and you are working with the police for 26 years. Now listen, if you were just a good old dad that just picked up his son's friends and got caught up in the middle of a murder, then hey, you're a civilian, do what you gotta do. But there's a reason these kids called you, because they knew you're on the hype just like they were. We can call the OG, he's down, only to find out the OG was leading the young boys down the wrong path all along. And to do it with fake tears in his eyes, identifies his son Queso as the killer, essentially being the only one able to identify his son, even though his son was masked up from head to toe. Now, Queso did do some crazy things himself, like being seen with the murder weapon weeks earlier in a music video and texting his op right before the murder saying, I caught your boy slipping, he's about to die. But the father that spent the early part of his son's life in jail, the father who taught his son all about the streets and was all in when his son was racking up millions of views on YouTube. Like Queso's lawyer said, he was never a father. He was just a sperm donor. Not only did his son get life, his son has to live with the fact that his own father, who he looked up to, was the one that helped put him away forever. Abdul Sr., you're a waste you. Because you are a horrible father.
You're such a waste shoot.
Don't be